It's a political shift few expected in deep blue California. Republican commenter Steve Hilton surging to the top of a new Zogby Strategies poll for governor. As published in the California Globe, the Zogby poll shows a survey of 1,000 likely voters found Hilton trailing Democrat Katie Porter in the initial ballot test, but after message testing, Hilton pulled ahead, 29 to 23%. Pollsters say the issues driving voters this cycle include cost of living, homelessness, and crime, themes at the center of Hilton's campaign. Analysts point to growing voter frustration after wildfires, high housing costs, and efforts by Governor Gavin Newsom to redraw districts mid-decade. Republican registration in California has grown by more than 48,000 voters since February, while Democratic rolls are virtually unchanged. The Zogby poll was conducted September 7th through the 9th with a margin of error of plus or minus 3 points. Daniel Martindale, KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio. Refinery closures are accelerating. The Valero Benicia refinery is now set to shut down 4 months early, on top of other major shutdowns and a key inland pipeline closing in December. Katie Grimes at the California Globe reports the state now produces less than a quarter of its own fuel and is increasingly dependent on foreign tankers, including vessels tied to Russia and China. California could soon import half its gasoline and 40% of its jet fuel, threatening West Coast military readiness and sending gas prices toward $8 to $12 a gallon. The measure, backed by Assemblyman Carl DeMaio's Reform California, would amend the state constitution to require a government-issued ID to vote in person or the last 4 digits of that ID to vote by mail. It also requires election officials to verify citizenship for registered voters. Polling shows broad support. 68% of California voters back a voter ID requirement, and nearly 80% support verifying citizenship, including majorities and minority communities. Fundraising has also surged. Donors like the Winklevoss twins and Nicole Shanahan have pushed contributions to about $5 million, enough to fund a large paid signature effort. A draft 5-year plan reviewed by the Washington Post outlines 6 proposed lease sales between 2027 and 2030 off the California coast, along with new drilling areas in the Gulf of America and Alaska. The plan would reverse long-standing restrictions and expand oil development into regions that have been off-limits since the 1980s. California leaders have already vowed to fight the move, citing environmental risks and the state's commitment to clean energy. The proposal still faces review and public comment, but if approved, it could mark a major shift in U.S. offshore energy policy and reignite a familiar battle over oil, jobs, and the environment along California's coastline. Investigators say the fire started in a warehouse not designed for hazardous materials and lacking basic safety systems. The company failed to train workers on fire prevention and emergency procedures. The owner declined to answer Kalosha's questions, citing an ongoing criminal investigation. Families of the victims say they believe the operation was legal because it was on a sheriff's deputy's property. Devastating Pyrotechnics now has 15 business days to pay $221,000 in fines or appeal the penalties. The report from the transportation organization TRIP says nearly half of Sacramento's roads are in poor condition. It also says inspectors have deemed 55 bridges in the Sacramento region structurally deficient. The bridges with issues include the Freeport Bridge, the 5th Avenue Bridge across Highway 99, and the Highway 50 Bridge across Westacre Road in West Sacramento. Revenue from California's gas tax is used to pay for roadway repairs, but that revenue is going down with the addition of more electric and fuel-efficient vehicles. On Thursday night, shortly after sunset, several witnesses took videos of the mysterious lights. The videos come from Roseville, Yuba City, Rancho Cordova, Elk Grove, Carmichael, and more cities across the region. No official organizations have confirmed what they were. Experts believe it was either from space debris or was a meteor breaking up. Daniel Martindale, KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.